Hi ladies. Okay, if you struggle with applying too much highlight, giving yourself a cakey look, then try out this new method that I have become so obsessed with using these two brushes. This is the multitasker brush from Seint. It's actually one of the most common brushes that we use for our lips or detailed contouring on the nose, as well as I love to use it for eyeliner. But I have been using it to apply my makeup and then blending it with the 3D brush. So I apply my contour first, keeping it one layer, and then doing one little swipe. As you can see, I get about 3 strokes on my face out of this, or even more. So it allows me to be able to have a lot more control over how much cream foundation I put on my face. This is my main shade that's going to camouflage and color correct. It's a little bit darker than my natural skin tone, but in just a moment, you'll see me add a lighter tone in between in certain areas that will create the most beautiful main foundation highlight. I love to apply this in the dotted motion spread out, because then when you see me blend it, it's just going to flawlessly turn into, can I use the word butter on my face? It's going to just really become a second skin. This is my highlight accent highlight. If I have not color matched you to this, then go ahead and reply to this email and I will be able to get you this accentuated shade that will give you a little bit more lift in certain areas. Okay, here is where the original OG brush, the 3D brush that Kara created for this foundation line. It was the original brush that she ever, should I say the word invented? And I'm using the rounded end. No makeup is on it. It's completely clean. And I'm using circular motions to go ahead and blend my highlight first, as you can see. And then in a moment, you'll see me blend my contour. So this is really going to allow it to staple and press into my skin, because when we use too much highlight, you may have experienced this. We get creasing and it becomes cakey. You might also be cakey if you're using the wrong highlight shade. So if you're cakey or showing texture, definitely reply to this email as well, and I will recolor match you to the perfect foundation shade. So now I'm starting to blend my contour, and I'm using an upward lifting motion with a really light, soft hand, being able to blend it flawlessly against my highlight shade. And the cool thing about this contour and why I apply it first is because it is a secondary foundation. It gives us coverage as well. Now I'm using that smaller end of the multitasker brush to contour my nose. I prefer to contour my nose afterwards, and the reason for this is because if I contour it at the beginning stages and then blend, sometimes I over blend and then I have to fix it. So this is a great way for me to be able to know I'm always going to get that beautiful narrowed contoured nose application. You can totally skip this step too if you prefer to not contour your nose. It's all up to you. Okay, so after I do that, I'm going to use this same side of my 3D brush, and I'm going to apply my lip and cheek color on the top apple parts of my cheek. And the reason I love to apply my blush here from my face shape is that it creates a lift in my cheekbones and a lot of just really pretty flush that we naturally get from the sun when it shines down on us. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the multitasker brush and apply my lip and cheek color to my lips. And when I use this brush, it really gives a more pigment and precise application. I am using Saint Tropez. It's one of the newest shades from Seint, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. This color is the bomb. It's a very light peachy pink. It's more peach than pink, but it creates a really nude, subtle look. So that, my dear, is a perfect way to try a different application method.